And welcome back to Hannity. Media mogul Oprah Winfrey can't seem to keep herself out of the spotlight lately, and by the way, not for good reasons. The most recent dust-up came during an interview with E.T. Oprah was asked what she thought about the controversy swirling around Paula Deen. The topic soon turned to racism, and during the interview, Oprah went on to cite a recent example involving herself. Take a look.
I was in Zurich for Tina Turner's wedding, and I decided I'm going to leave the hotel. It's just me, by myself. Stedman, wasn't there, and Gail wasn't there, no friends. I'm out by myself, and I go into a store, which shall remain unnamed, and I say to the woman, excuse me, may I see that bag right above your head? And she says to me, no, it's too expensive. And I said, no, see the black one, the one that's folded over and she said, no, you don't want to see that one. You want to see this one because that one will cost too much. You will not be able to afford that. And I said, well, no, I really did want to see that one. And she refused to get it. She refused to get it. And she started to show me these other little bags. And I said, one more time I tried, I said, but I really do just really want to see that one. And she said, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I said, okay, thank you so much. You're probably right. I can't afford it. And I walked out of the store. Now, why did she do that? Why did she do that?
Now, Oprah has since come out and said she is, quote, sorry that it got blown up. Here with reaction, Democratic strategist Tara Dowdell and Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli. Apparently, the store and the woman involved, they want to talk to Oprah because they're saying that's not the way it happened.
That's right. Really, there's no there, Sean. Oprah dealt the race card. The shop owner and the store clerk called her out on it, on her race card nonsense. Oprah folded, and now she's been exposed. She's been outed. And thank goodness those two stood up to Oprah, because that's the thing. She's an elite. She doesn't like to be told no. So she's going to play the race card to try to prove a point when, in fact, she was wrong about it.
What do you think a store, Tara, with $38,000 bags has some type of video surveillance?
Well, then they should probably release that video surveillance if they do, in fact, have it. I wasn't there. Deneen wasn't there. Neither one of us know what happened. That's between Oprah and them. But I think my concern is that this becomes an issue of, liberals are always using the race card, when nowadays, if you point out a legitimate example of racism, you're attacked for pointing out a legitimate example of racism.
Why did she then back off?
That is not fair.
If it did happen.
She backed off on saying it happened in Switzerland because it's created this big brouhaha, and she should not, because she is Oprah. She shouldn't have said where it happened.
Let me play her comments. She compared. But let me say this up front. I always kind of liked Oprah. I liked her. I didn't like the crying and some of the topics, but I thought she was a searching, smart person, a great entrepreneur. Well, I really admired her. Never saw her as racial in any way. I really didn't. These comments surprised me, comparing Trayvon to the shooting of the killing of Emmett Till and the shooting of him, and they gouged out this kid's eye. It was a horrible tragedy in Mississippi.
It's so easy during this time, Trayvon Martin parallel to Emmett Till. Let me just tell you. In my mind, same thing. But you can get stuck in that and not allow yourself to move forward and to see how far we've come.
There is no comparison.
Yeah, it's a baseless claim. But getting back to her in Switzerland, there's a pattern here, because in 2005 in Paris at a Hermes store, is that how you pronounce it? She did the same thing.
I wear jeans and sneakers. Go ahead.
So do I. She did the same thing. The store closed. Oprah wanted to go shopping. They told her she couldn't. She had a hissy fit, and she screamed racism. So did her associate that was with her.
But I thought it was true back then. I remember that story, and I remember thinking that was horrible.
And there's also but there's video of it, and there's a statement from the store that said this is what happened, but Oprah injected race into it.
Well, again, I wasn't there, and neither was Deneen in Paris.
But you can't compare Trayvon. Emmett Till,
not at all,
was a racist, vicious, hate crime, murder.
Yes.
That's not the same as Trayvon Martin. Even the parents said it's not racial.
Well, Oprah's not the only one that has this feeling. They feel, a lot of the people, a lot of African Americans, not all, certainly not all, but a lot do feel that this is a very modern day version of it because they feel like justice was not served.
Ridiculous.
So they feel, people feel like justice was not
served. That is downright ridiculous.
That is the
and you're
issue.
part of the problem, Tara.
Oh, I'm
you
part of the
making
problem.
these kind of comments and statements like that is very divisive.
It's
That's
not
ridiculous.
divisive because first of all,
there's no comparison to
I've been the victim of racism.
and what happened
I had
with
a cross
Trayvon
burned
Martin.
on my house.
They were
nailed
both
to my
tragedies.
home.
We're
I
not
had a
even
cross,
talking about that.
No, because
they were
what you
both
don't, you're trying to minimize. You're trying to minimize
not at all.
people's experiences
Not at all.
because you make
we gotta
what you
take
just
a
said.
break.